Modern civilization runs on a hidden nervous system. Energy grids, financial clearinghouses, water distribution, and supply chains operate as a single continuous flow, coordinated by interconnected artificial intelligence nodes, making real-time decisions across vast geographic areas. Moving computational power away from centralized servers and out to the edge of the network, right where the data is actually generated, makes these systems highly efficient. But this decentralized architecture exposes a massive, interconnected surface area to external disruption. To cripple a nation today, an adversary does not need to drop a bomb. Simply degrading the real-time decision-making logic of these interconnected nodes is enough to trigger a cascading collapse across multiple critical sectors. This trading screen shows the Dow Jones Industrial Average during the 2010 flash crash. As the line plummets nearly 1,000 points in minutes, you are watching an algorithmic feedback loop unfold. Multi-agent systems reacted to each other instantly, proving that cyber-physical breaches and algorithmic errors cascade in milliseconds to seconds. Compare that machine-speed collapse with standard regulatory approaches, like the EU AI Act drafted here. These policies rely almost entirely on human oversight, review boards, and manual escalation chains to govern autonomous systems. This diagram illustrates a temporal mismatch. The red timeline shows threats propagating in sub-seconds. Below, human bureaucracy, alert verification, committee review, manual escalation, takes minutes to hours. That gap creates the zone of catastrophe. By the time a human signs off, the infrastructure has collapsed. Traditional security relies on building stronger walls around the perimeter, but when a digital threat moves at the speed of light, managing it with a stopwatch guarantees failure. This table outlines a new governance model called Aquarian Systematic Resilience. Notice the primary goal on the right. Instead of simply measuring system uptime, the focus is on flow sovereignty, maintaining the continuous, critical throughput of energy, finance, and logistics, even while the system is actively taking damage. Standard AI governance relies on enforcing static rules, but adversaries can easily exploit these strict rules by forcing an autonomous node into an unanticipated boundary case, tricking the system into shutting down or destroying its data the moment it loses central contact. The solution is an architectural property called commander's intent. Instead of writing brittle if-then rules, engineers mathematically encode a qualitative end state and strict ethical boundaries directly into the AI's logic. The node operates with the flexibility to find new routes around unexpected obstacles, without needing to phone home for permission. The US military's DARPA offset program tested this at scale. When researchers severed human command from swarms of up to 250 autonomous drones, the units governed by encoded intent maintained mission coherence. They adapted to heavy attrition and novel environments entirely on their own. Encoding intent rather than rigid instructions allows isolated nodes to exercise localized initiative. This severs their reliance on a central command server, the exact target adversaries want to destroy. This diagram illustrates how the national mesh protects its most critical assets. Right in the center is a pivot domino, a single point of failure like a major customs ledger or a regional energy gateway. If this node breaks, the entire network drops with it. To secure it, the pivot domino is physically air-gapped from a dormant backup via a one-way data channel. Because the separation is physical rather than just software-based, lateral supply chain attacks cannot bridge the gap. If the main node fails, a shadow agent, the dormant AI, powers on and assumes full control of the network connections. This automated failover happens in under 4 seconds, bypassing the hours manual human recovery usually takes. The mesh relies on a strict architectural law. Decision-making is fully decentralized to achieve millisecond performance, but safety mechanisms are centrally monitored to guarantee that any cascading failure hits a physical firewall. This leaves a critical question of accountability. How can a society grant this level of extreme autonomous power to a digital network without permanently surrendering human authority over its own infrastructure? Instead of relying on a static, one-time paper certification to approve operators, the system tracks human integrity density. This is a continuously updating, cryptographically secured score that measures a human operator's reliability. It tracks their alignment and decision speed during simulated high-stress crisis scenarios. This schematic details the sovereign override clause. Operators with high integrity density unlock level 3 and 4 autonomy, but overrides expire after 72 hours, logged on a blockchain. Any intent deviation triggers an automatic rollback to a lower tier. Real resilience in the 21st century requires accepting that disruption is continuous. The solution is engineering intelligent infrastructure that thinks, adapts, and maintains the flow of civilization entirely on its own, even when the lights go out.